Part 1: The Paradox. Europe is burning. People are diving into rivers, fountains, and lakes just to escape the heat. Roads are softening. Train tracks are bending. Entire cities are slowing down. And across the internet, millions are asking the same question. How can 35 or 40 degrees create chaos in Europe when countries like India experience far higher temperatures every single year? It feels almost unbelievable. In many parts of India, 40 degrees isn't considered extraordinary. It's expected. Yet similar temperatures in Germany, France, or Britain can become a national emergency. So what explains this difference? Are Indians simply tougher? Are Europeans less adapted? Or is there a hidden reason buried beneath architecture, geography, and human psychology? Because the truth is uncomfortable. The same number on a thermometer does not create the same reality everywhere. And civilizations, like people, are designed to survive the dangers they know, not the ones they never imagined would arrive. Part 2: A continent built for another enemy. For centuries, Europe's greatest battle was never against heat. It was against winter, long nights, frozen rivers, failed harvests, entire communities cut off by snow and ice. So Europeans engineered their world around one simple objective: keep warmth inside at all costs. Thick stone walls, compact streets, small windows, heavy insulation. Homes became enormous thermal shields designed to trap every bit of heat they could find. It was brilliant engineering for the climate they knew. But every strength creates a future weakness. The same buildings that protected families from freezing temperatures now store heat like giant ovens during extreme summers. Air conditioning remained uncommon because, for generations, nobody truly needed it. Warm weather represented freedom, holidays, and sunlight after endless gray winters. The possibility of weeks of dangerous heat simply wasn't part of the collective imagination. Civilization always prepares for yesterday's threats. The problem begins when tomorrow arrives with completely different rules. Part 3: The False Comparison. The internet loves simple conclusions. Europeans are weak. Indians are resilient. One society complains while the other endures. But human adaptation doesn't work that way. Nobody is naturally built for every environment. We become specialists in the worlds that raise us. Imagine for a moment that heavy snowfall covered New Delhi tomorrow. Not a picturesque winter morning, but weeks of freezing temperatures and icy roads. The city would struggle immediately, not because Indians lack toughness, but because the systems surrounding them were never designed for that reality. Europe faces the same problem in reverse. What people call strength is often familiarity. What people call weakness is often surprise. Indian homes, schedules, clothing, and lifestyles evolved around heat. European societies evolved around cold. Neither is superior. Both are products of geography transformed into culture. And perhaps the most dangerous illusion in human history is believing that adaptation in one environment guarantees survival in another. Part 4: The Invisible Enemy. But buildings explain only part of the story. The real enemy is far less visible. Humidity. Human beings cool themselves through evaporation. Sweat leaves the skin, heat escapes, and the body restores balance. But when the air already carries heavy moisture, that mechanism slows down dramatically. The body keeps working. The relief never comes. 35 degrees in dry air and 35 degrees in humid air are two completely different experiences. Then there is daylight. In much of Europe, summer evenings stretch astonishingly late. The sun remains visible long after 9 o'clock. Buildings continue absorbing energy. Streets continue radiating heat. Nights become shorter and less effective at cooling cities down. The body never fully recovers. Fatigue accumulates. Stress increases. and heat slowly transforms from discomfort into psychological pressure. Because temperature isn't merely something we measure, it's something we experience. And that experience depends on far more than numbers. It depends on expectation, memory, and what our nervous system considers normal. Part 5: The Hidden Why. Perhaps the deepest truth hidden within this comparison has nothing to do with Europe or India at all. Human beings mistake adaptation for superiority. We survive one challenge and assume we are prepared for every challenge. But history repeatedly tells a different story. Every civilization is optimized for specific threats. Europe mastered winter. India mastered heat. Both succeeded because they understood the environments that shaped them. Yet climate change is rewriting those environments faster than societies can adapt. The roads beneath our feet, the homes we live in, and the habits we trust were all designed for a world that is beginning to disappear. And maybe that's why these images feel so unsettling. Not because one region suffers more than another, but because they expose a universal truth. No civilization is permanently prepared. No society is climate-proof. We are all specialists living on a planet that keeps changing the rules. And the greatest challenge facing humanity may not be surviving the future, but recognizing that the future has already arrived. Because civilizations rarely collapse when they fail to solve old problems. They struggle when they refuse to prepare for new ones. The world we built belonged to yesterday. The question now is simple: are we ready for tomorrow?